My name is Mick Kirkby-Geddes and I'm a metal sculptor, and I've been doing this since I left art college in Leeds in 1988, so quite a long time. The kind of sculpture that I do is quite light-hearted in a way. Lots of it is based on cartoons, reading children's books to my kids when they were younger. At school, I tended to do the traditional route of working with clay, making things out of clay. But in the back of my mind was this funny little cog that my mum had found on the moors in Sheffield when I was a kid. And I always remember seeing this on the windowsill as a candle holder. And I just thought that the fact that you could find these things out and about and they were there to be discovered, I just find that fascinating. So in a way, it's me doing that now as an adult, finding these things and reusing them that I really like. And I just used to jump in skips and fish things out, just so I could actually make sculpture. The shapes of the metal will suggest what they want to be. So if it's like a scissors or some sort of shears or something like that, that instantly says to me bird's beak, so that would start off making a bird. Other times I'll just scribble something down and do a doodle, and then quickly switch to steel and start working in steel, really. The doodle is the means to an end, really, so I don't forget the idea. And I don't like to do massive drawings that take endless amounts of time, because otherwise the drawing is the finished product rather than the sculpture. Probably the thing that I make most of is clocks. I must have made about 280 odd clocks now over the years. And it's just a nice way of using up all the smaller pieces, refashioning those into numbers. Yeah, I just love that. Trying to make sense out of really random shapes and make something that's actually quite practical, unusual and different. I just like that, not wasting things. Usually the favourite piece of work is the last piece of work that I've worked on, because it's kind of fresh in my mind still. Unusual ones in the past have been a massive robot for an art gallery, and the entrance to the gallery was between the robot's legs, so you kind of get some idea of the scale of that piece. And then I just like to go from something like that to making tiny dogs out of ball bearings. So it's almost like a nice test of what's capable, what I can do with the steel. My advice for people who were thinking about doing something creative is just do it. You know, the biggest hurdle is probably saying you can't do it, you can't be creative, you can't do these things, but you can. You've just got to do it and not be too critical. Enroll on a course, try something new. You might just surprise yourself.